Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. All right. I have to step out real quick. I have to go to the supermarket, but I didn't want to leave before I do this video. Because last night was TNA Slamversary. As a matter of fact, I actually have it paused right there. So I actually was just watching it. But I want to go out real quick, come back, and then watch the rest of it. Because I'm only 4 matches in. So I want to actually take time to watch this show. But the reason why we are paused is because we just watched the match that we wanted to talk about. The historic making match. History making. As we had the TNA Knockouts champion, Masha Slamovich. She defended her championship against the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy, Jayne, who defended her championship. Title for title, winner take all. All right. This would have been my very first time actually watching Masha Slamovich, because I never really watched her like that. I think the only match I probably ever seen her in was the dog collar match she had with Killer Kelly. I want to say that was, I know it was a couple years ago. I just don't know when specifically it was. But that's like the only match I ever seen in, because I mentioned before that I have access to a TNA wrestling channel on my smart TV, and it would show like old TNA from back all the way to 2002 till now, and that was one of the matches that it always seemed to replay a lot. Like, I want to say this was like a year or two ago. It always replayed that match. It was either that or the Scott Steiner promo when he did Steiner Math. Those are like the two things I saw periodically, right? And that was like the only time I really ever seen a match, but I didn't get to see the whole thing. They only showed like snippets and clips. So it was my first time watching Masha Slamovich, so I was excited. On top of that, I learned something exceptionally important. She is from Moscow, Russia. She's a Russian. But more importantly, she resides in Brooklyn, New York. She needs to be protected at all times. Come on now. Come on now. You from New York, you are protected at all times. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you right here. You are here. You are going to stay here. You know what I'm saying? I am now a fan. And that's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. This match wasn't really that long. I think that was about 10 minutes or so. It had it all. Ref bumps, interference, titles to the head. This match had it all. Though I will say, I thought this would have been Jacy Jayne's best match ever. It wasn't, but she did have a very decent performance. And I don't think Masha went as hard as I think she is capable of doing in this match. So I was kind of like, eh. But I was like, okay. You know, it was a pretty solid match. The ending, however, was a bit, I was taken aback. Let's say that. I was taken aback. So the ref bump happened. Jacy Jayne kicked the first ref down. And then Masha Slamovich took advantage of that. Hit her with the snowplow. Had the cover. Second ref came in, ran in. 1, 2. Jacy Jayne kicked out. Makes sense. She was down for like almost 10 seconds. So then these two are fighting for position. Then both women were going for the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. Masha had the last one, but then Jacy Jayne kicked out, pushed Masha, boom, face first into the turnbuckle, And then Jayne went for the rolling encore. Now, she didn't pin her right then and there. She pulled her away from the ropes and then covered her. She took a lot of time to get that pin. So I was kind of saying there like, Masha kicking out. Because if you kicked out of the snowplow, she's kicking out of the rolling encore. Why not? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, history was made last night. As we have, for the first time ever, a woman that has won not only the NXT Women's Championship, but also the TNA Knockouts title, as well as becoming the first ever woman, or actually first ever superstar, first ever wrestler to hold a WWE and a TNA title at the same exact time. Nobody in the history of the world has ever done that. But ladies and gentlemen, Jayne is that person. Jayne not only retained her NXT Women's Championship, but she is now the TNA Knockouts champion, which means Jayne is officially a world champion. Officially. And I'm baffled. I'm baffled. I'm surprised. Now, I'm gonna say it again, right? I'm gonna say this again. When Jayne beat Stephanie Vauquer for the NXT Women's Championship, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised that Stephanie lost the title. I was just more surprised that Jayne was the one to do it. I'm not surprised Masha Slamovich lost the title here. I'm just surprised that Jayne is the one to do it. Yo, I can't begin to tell you how I thought Jayne was not that big of a deal in everybody's eyes. But apparently this woman is high priority. And you couldn't tell me you couldn't tell me I felt the same way. You couldn't. Because I didn't. I did not. This woman is high priority, bro. In a span of what? 2 months? This woman wins the NXT Women's Championship and then the TNA Knockouts Championship, and now she's holding both of these titles. I am shocked and astonished that Jayne is doing this right now. She has made history. History. And it's crazy to me, bro. I'm dumbfounded. I am dumbfounded. But you know what? Shout out to Jayne, man. Shout out to her. You know, you definitely been putting in the work. I've been seeing your improvements. I said this before. I've been seeing your improvements. I've been seeing you getting better in the ring. All that. You know what I'm saying? So, hard work pays off, right? Hard work pays off. It pays off every single time. And last night was no different. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, yes, on NXT this past Tuesday, yes, last week Tuesday, yes, I understand. Masha Slamovich did get the win in that 6-women tag, and yes, she definitely did the unspoken rule of having a title that's not yours and lifting it up in the air. It's an unspoken rule that when you do that, you most likely will lose the match that you're in. And this was no different. No different. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Well, can't wait to see what NXT got in store for us. I'm actually also curious if Trick Williams did retain the title. Again, we got the Slamversary thing going on right now. Hopefully, I'll be able to see that, and we'll see what happens there, because that would specifically tell me that 2 NXT stars are holding TNA gold, and that'd be pretty nuts. That'd be pretty nuts. Which means this crossover has benefited NXT/WWE very much so, more than I want to say it has for TNA. Hopefully TNA can get a grasp of this, because the fact that you got these people winning your titles is kind of nuts. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of nuts. I hope somebody from TNA comes to WWE and wins the NXT championship. I'm saying, when NXT title wins the tag title, something. You know what I'm saying? Win something. You know what I'm saying? This is nuts. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to Jacy, Jayne. We'll see what you guys say tomorrow. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all the love support. As always, as I'm talking, it is Monday morning to be exact, which means Monday Night Raw is tonight, which means we most likely will probably get some matches added to the SummerSlam card, which is good for me. It means more videos will be on the way. Speaking of SummerSlam, I do have 2 more match preview videos to drop. I will drop one of them later today, so be on the lookout for that one. I don't know, y'all might like that one. Y'all might like that one, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, if anything else happens, you already know we're gonna make a video about it. You already know. So until next time, peace, love, 100. Yeah.